When God said, "No weapon formed against me shall prosper," He meant it. Yesterday at noon, I had just come out of the tag office in the downtown area. I had first arrived 1.5 hours before, and a man came walking up and down the street near my car, and I was still in the car. He was cursing, acting crazy, and like demon possessed. His clothes were clean, and his pants were almost falling, showing his underwear. I rebuked the demon in Jesus' name and prayed in tongues. He looked at the car but would not dare to approach it. I felt God's protection around me. I called Tony, my husband, and he said, "Leave and go back another day." But the tag of my car was expiring, so I needed it. However, I drove away. I drove to the end of the avenue, about 3 blocks, turned left, drove some more, and stopped far away in a parking lot. There were people around, coming and going. I called one of my favorite restaurants in town and ordered lunch. Meanwhile, I stayed in the car to do some work on my laptop. Then I drove away 4 blocks to the restaurant to have my lunch. It had been about 15 minutes, no more than 20 minutes, since I had left the first time. As soon as I parked the car, guess who's coming? The same demon-possessed man walking in the back of the parking lot, again crazy and cursing. There was no human way this man could have known where I was going or be fast enough to follow my car. I had driven to faraway streets, completely different, and had made several turns on my way. This man could not have known where I was. During both encounters, I prayed in tongues and rebuked the demon in Jesus' name. I called Tony, and he said, "Leave," and I was like, "Oh no, my lunch." I was going to leave, called Manny, the owner of the restaurant, to tell him about this man and ask if he could bring me the food to my car, but the line was busy. I could not step out of the car because the man was walking in a circle behind my car. There were more cars in the parking lot, but there were no people in the cars or walking on the parking lot. It was only me in the car and this man walking in circles behind my car, demon-possessed and cursing. Tony called me back, and while talking to him on the phone, people came out of the restaurant, and a few minutes later the demon walked away to never be seen again. I stepped out of the car, went inside the restaurant, and enjoyed my lunch. As a matter of fact, I also ordered cake for dessert. I needed it after the spiritual battle. After having my lunch, I went back to the tag office downtown, parked in the same spot on the avenue, stepped out of the car, entered the building, and got my tag. This time, the atmosphere was completely different. It was peaceful, cheerful, and clean. Thank you to my praying husband, and thank you, Jesus.